Series begins now, celebrating the sound of the North.
One of the most reviewed and most reviled rock phenomenon of recent weeks. We got a few votes. Sex Pistols, you can hear them warming up in the background even now.
I am an antichrist. I am an anarchist. Don't know what I want about.
1976, June, Sex Pistols concert. The first outside London. The city was in a state of spin and has been ever since.
It's pathetic that people think London is the capital of Britain, because creatively it's not and it hasn't been.
It's the outsiders really who are misunderstanding the new Manchester scene. Spirals, Stone Roses, Happy Mondays, pillage and plunder from lots of different musical styles.
We don't want to warm up for the Rolling Stones in 1989. I think we could be the biggest band ever.
Happy Mondays have offered up an alternative to Curiosity Killed the Cat.
50,000 shirts printed, packaged and sold with the name in spiral carpets.
This is fashion, this is 90s. Yeah. This is Joe Blogs, this is Manchester.
Anybody that wants to shout, keep banging him at 10 o'clock.
One or two of these parties have actually been held in my constituency, Ribble Valley.
We're locked in our own homes.
The bands and the fans and the press have formed a kind of unholy alliance, a triangle, feeding off each other. The Manchester thing's been growing. You can't ever say that it went away. Between punk and now, the two sort of outbursts of Manchester activity, you've had New Order and the Smiths, who are probably the two most important British rock bands of the 80s, so it's never been away.
You don't see everyone else around the country walking around in flares. They do in Manchester, and they do because it gets up the nose of people, and that's what it's all about ultimately. Getting up the nose of people is a lot to do with the Mancunian music scene.
It's sort of a really sort of Thatcherite thing. Thatcher scared everybody to death, and they all got off the bottoms and started to do something quick before they took the dole off them, you know.
The Beatles have been from Manchester, and they've made a load of money out of a scene that came out of Manchester and then had pissed off to London and spent it all in Savile Row building Apple down there. They won't be very popular here. In Liverpool, everyone thinks that's great, you know. Yeah, you make it, you go to London. And I think the difference it makes to Manchester, 10cc, for example, they make a load of cash. They built Strawberry Studios in the early 70s, so that when we come, Factory comes on stream as a record company, we have an international recording facility just around the corner from us. Similarly, then New Order make a whole pile of money, and they're able to, together with other people, they're able to build the Hacienda, which is so vital to what's happened in the second half of the 80s in this town. More recently, to build Dry, the bar, so people have a bar they can go to.
Let's get the terminology right. As of the Daily Mirror, blinding, salty, top one, kicking, René. Here
Let's
we
go.
Let's go. No name outside, it's supposed to be Dry, which is Factory. This is it. And if Manchester's the hippest place in the world, and presumably this is the hippest bar in the world, nice bit of austerity chic, Dry.
Joe, what do you want to drink?
Jack Daniels, please. This is a Dry chair. Direct it looks from the schoolrooms of Timișoara in Romania, and it reflects the architecture and style, really, of the whole bar, which is done in a sort of post-war, Eastern European, rather breezy style, typically Factory, rather the tongues in the cheek, I think. Girders, isolated pieces of glass, random blocks of colour, old telegraph poles, lots of slate, lots of clean surfaces.
Basically, it looks like a bar, doesn't it? It looks like an old barn. Anyway, look, this is... Not only have they got their own designer beer mats, they've probably got their own designer toilet paper, so we head down there, we'll probably find out the...
Get a picture of that.
Here we are in the toilets, and as you can see, they're spacious enough for any budding Mancunian songwriters to come and experience their first angst-ridden moments down here.
Witty use of a red girder up there. You see that? Oh, big.
There you go. A shirt's just gonna have a piss now. You probably shouldn't do that, Pete. You might get arrested.
All the hype and all this Manchester scene's got a lot of papers and magazines and all sorts coming down as if it was Liverpool when the Beatles were there, and anyone who whistles in the bathroom, sign them up.
I'm the only one out of the band who does work, and it helps us as well because obviously the practice is where we go. We've got to move all the equipment, so with me working, I also get use of my van, which transports us about. We've just gone straight from a practice room to our first gig at the Boardwalk, sold that out, having done the free trade all in Manchester back in the Happy Mondays. By the 10th gig, we'd been signed up. This is really fast.
At first, everybody just like blanks you and just laughs at you, don't they? But it's a bit different now. But I've always had the backing. They've been right. Everyone's been behind us. We're getting compared to bands that have been going for 7 years. And it's nice, but it's not fair.
To find the time I'd like to make you mine. You know who you are, you're my rising star. And I don't care what you say, the street won't go away. I'll search until I find you're never off my mind.
Around where I live, it's just a miners' estate. Like years ago, it was just only miners lived on it, and then it turned council. It's not rough, it's just scruffy really. But it's alright, everywhere scruffy down that way, innit? But it's good.
It's the same all over for working class lads. I don't know why it's happened here. I don't know why it's happened the way it has. It's just been blew up. Media. 2 years ago, everyone was football mad and it was all hooliganism and everything, but everything's different now. It's more relaxed, it's a lot easier and it's the way it should be. It's just in you, you don't realise it, just grew up with it.